So when you were involved in gangs, was it in the 80s? Was it
The
80s or 90s?
90s,
The 90s.
90s, and then early 2000s when I exited.
And then was it mainly around Birmingham?
Yeah, it was Birmingham, but we had affiliations to particular gangs in, say, Manchester, particular areas in London and Nottingham. So there's always that link up, and the rivals had their link up with different areas, different gangs from different cities, and we kind of took sides as well. So, say for instance, we was more down with Gooch crew, and which is from Manchester. So, Doddington, man, we weren't really down with as such.
So I read on an article that I was looking online. It said that it said something like Tanayah first picked up a gun at the age of 14. Was it? What was
I
it?
first picked up a gun at the age of 10.
At the age of 10.
First fired a gun at the age of 14.
Oh, fire! Yeah, that's what it said. It said Tanayah first fired the gun at the age of 14.
Yeah.
So that's a life that seems very alien to probably a lot of people listening. What was life like back then? Why is it that at 10 years old you picked up a gun? Why is it at 14-year-old you fired a gun? And this is all in the UK. We're not talking about like a situation where, for a lot of people in the UK, the question was, how can you even get access to a gun? And at 14 years old, not only is it easy to access one, but it's easy to fire one. What was life like for you back then?
To me, it was normal, like I was to me, I felt like a normal kid. When I picked up the gun, it was my uncle's gun, found it in the wardrobe. So that was just, to me, it didn't impact my life, just holding his gun. And it's not something was, I don't think it had an impact as such. But when I fired the gun, which was given to me by my dad, then that was more like I fired a gun, man's a G. Going to school the next day thinking I'm bad.
Did you tell people?
Nah, I don't think I really told anyone, to be fair. Nah, I don't really. Nah. No, I did. I told people, but they weren't school. It was friends out of school.
It's crazy how this idea of a gun can almost like prop up your ego because of what we see in the movies, because of like what the association a gun has. It means power, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And essentially, with our egos, it's power is what we're after. So because when you have power, you're respected. When you have power, you get what you need. And so it's almost like that gun is like a symbolism of that, right?
Yeah, for most definitely. And I think like at the time, when you think of, it was back in 94 when this happened. So 94, during that period, I was transitioning into sound systems, so I had my own sound, me and my friends, and a lot of the youth back in Birmingham, they had their sounds. It was like different crews had their own little sound systems, and we used to play parties, house parties, and like community centres, and there was that the yardie scene. So we was hearing about people being shot. We was aware of people backing out guns in parties. And then there was the films like Menace to Society, Juice, Boys in the Hood. So there was that, I'd say that influence that, yeah, man, I fired a gun. No one else ain't fired a gun at school. So I kind of thought I was hard.